The Western Conference playoff race is tightening down the stretch as Phoenix and Oakland are currently on the outside looking in. 3 points tonight could go a long way to reaching the playoff line for Rising and Santimar, who's found form over the last 3 games. For the Roots and Juan Carlos Azacar, it's an opportunity for a win against their former manager that would help bolster their playoff hopes. Rising, Roots, next. Buckle up, there's a lot on the line here tonight at Wild Horse Pass as Phoenix Rising plays host to the Oakland Roots. Tonight's Childhood Cancer Awareness Night is presented by Phoenix Children's. With Devin Kerr, I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us. And it's a big one in the Western Conference. Looking at the standings, Oakland and Phoenix in 11th and 12th respectively. They got to get to 7.
And there's no time to waste whatsoever, especially with the result earlier tonight. RGV taking down New Mexico United 3-1. So they have bumped themselves up all the way to 9th. Everybody trying to lay chase. Vegas is going to do battle. New Mexico is dropping. Sacks freaking out against Loudon. It's utter mayhem in the Western Conference.
And this is what is to come for Phoenix. 4 out of the next 5 on the road. They're the worst team in the West on the road.
Remove Rising's form. And I know that's a hard thing to do because of the ups and downs that have been this season. But you hit the midpoint and look towards the end of the year. Historically, 5 out of the remaining 7 were foregone conclusions that you were going to have 3 points, right? So it could be the Roots, Monterey Bay, Red Bull, RGV, Atlanta United 2. Not going to happen. Instead, for the first time in Phoenix Rising history, it is officially must-win territory. You cannot afford to drop 3 points, but how are you going to do it when you have to face off against Otar Magnus Carlson, who is back from paternity leave? Congratulations. It's simple. He's a poacher, he's a 9, he's a striker, he's a dead ball specialist, and he will have to be at the top of his game tonight on the road for Roots and Noah Delgado because they're tightly locked in that race as well, and they can smell postseason again, but they need 3 points just as bad as Phoenix.
He has 15 goals, but he hasn't scored in 2 months. We'll have lineups in. First kick on the other side. The 2022 Phoenix Rising season is presented by Equality Health.
For all the special moments in your life, Arizona Federal Credit Union has been there for you. And for all the special moments still to come, we'll continue to be there. All the same amazing services you expect, with a new name. Arizona Financial Credit Union. Now serving everywhere you call home.
You might have heard of Carvana and that we sell cars online. What you probably didn't know is that we're in the business of making you happy. We believe buying a car should be something that gets you hyped up, that you should be empowered to shop when you want, where you want, wearing whatever you want, and that your new car ought to come with newfound happiness and 0 surprises. So we promise that we'll treat you right, we'll put you in control, and all of us will stop at nothing to drive you happy.
We'll drive you happy at Carvana.
Equality Health is giving doctors more time to be doctors, so they can give you the care you deserve. Ask if your doctor is part of the Equality Health Network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
Tonight's match is brought to you by Carvana, NAU Nationwide, Phoenix Children's, and Arizona Financial. Right into starting lineups for Juan Guerra and Phoenix Rising tonight, not on the bench.
My favorite thing about this lineup, though, is that it gives you the versatility to drop into a 4 on either side. Kalistri could come to right back. Babakar Jai could come to left back. You could see a similar look that you did against Colorado Springs with Lambert coming in between the two center backs as they spread and attack going forward. You need hold-up play tonight out of Greg Hurst as you get the two midfielders advancing down the field.
Let's take a look at our player to watch, brought to you by Pacific Office Automation. Has to be Ben Lunt, a USL Championship leading 89 saves. That's 8 more than Luis Zamudio and Evan Newton. On the other side, for Noah Delgado and Oakland Roots, as we mentioned, Carlson back up top.
It's a very attack-minded lineup as well, because with Fasore and combination of Dennis in the midfield, that can allow you to go to a single pivot as he drops underneath. So instead of that 3-4-2-1, you really get a 3-1-3-2-1. It's the same numbers. I'll give you the math and break it down within the game, but all you got to know is 22 up top. Carlson, can fly, and Formella and Mafeka have been much better moving forward, allowing Azakar and Edgardo Rito to get down into the channels and knock it back across. They are two of my favorite wingbacks in the entire league.
And they have been very successful so far this year, combining for 12 total goals. So there is a lot on the line tonight, of course, as we mentioned in the standings, but also off the field as well in the technical area. That is Danny Stone. It's his second year here with Phoenix Rising. He is stepping in for Juan Guerra tonight. The agreement between the two clubs when Guerra came to Phoenix was that he would not coach in this game, and thus assistant Danny Stone is the acting interim, whatever verbiage you want to use, head coach tonight for Phoenix Rising. And of course, on the other side, it is Noah Delgado, the 42-year-old who has stepped in for the Oakland Roots, trying to lead this team into the playoffs, and it will be quite the 90 minutes here tonight in Phoenix. Let's take a look at tonight's injury report, brought to you by Spooner Physical Therapy. Chaston and Flood are out. Tarek Morad and Joseph Nane are not in the starting 11 tonight. And you can see Phoenix tonight, they will be wearing their limited edition childhood cancer awareness kits. Fans can bid on these kits, and all proceeds will go to the Phoenix Children's Hospital. And those are good-looking kits. They will wear them here throughout the month of September. So that gets us set for first kick tonight. Tonight's referee is Brandon Stevis. There's his whistle, and away we go. 90 minutes from Wild Horse Pass, the second and final time these two teams face off in 2022. They faced off at the end of July. It was a scoreless draw at Laney College in Oakland. And we'll see what gives here tonight. I feel like this is nearly last chance saloon for both of these sides, just based on what other teams are doing around the league and around the Western Conference tonight. But last time out for Oakland, that 2-0 loss at San Antonio. As for Phoenix, the 1-0 loss against Colorado Springs. And that was a game in which they really just couldn't get on the ball, but they'll start here in possession with Santi Moar. Playing it back for Aiden Quinn. We'll switch the point of attack. Joey Kalistri sliding in at that right wing back position for the suspended Darnell King tonight. Musa coming forward. Now it's Lambert. Musa continuing his run. He goes down. The referee had a good look at it and waves it away. Well, we talked with Noah Delgado this week for the Oakland Roots, and he said they're just trying to downplay the coaching situation as much as possible. He said this is just about focusing on Phoenix and fighting for the playoffs. Just trying to remove all of the outside distractions. And the focus is at hand here tonight. Here's Formella. But Juan Guerra did mention to us, with the struggles of Oakland in an attacking sense over the last couple of weeks, their lowest XG, not able to score any goals. He thought maybe this would be the game in which they would start to change things up. I guess we can keep an eye on that as the 90 minutes progress.
We could talk about a couple of reasons of why you've gone there. Number one, let's start with the most appropriate. And it's you got to go with Otar Magnus Carlson up top. 15 goal.
A foul there as Hurst was brought down. Here's Moar.
So you start with Otar Magnus Carlson, right? And then you work your way back. He's the most important piece in the entire argument. And then as you work through the attack itself, everybody's just dropped off form a little bit. Torset Johnson and his stretch up top, you know, he was playing on the left-hand side for quite some time. That's why they started to compile all those goals. Formella has been off. Everything on the attacking side in terms of goals doesn't carry the same amount of production. So then you start to lean a little bit, Josh, and you lean on guys like Lino Mafeka, like Charlie Dennis. These are guys that are role players that help your system succeed. They're not the reason you succeed. And so when the ones up top, the kings who wear the crown, are looking down going, we need all the help we can get, that's a problem. And that's why they're not producing the same XG, and you certainly haven't seen the same results.
It's the game's first corner, and Charlie Dennis stands over it. Dennis, an out-swinging ball, looking for that flick at the near post from Fisore. It's moved back out wide. Dennis delivers this time with his right foot. And Oakland able to keep this alive. And now Mafeka, look at all that space to run into. Mafeka scores! He had all that space, and he punishes Phoenix Rising. It is a dream start for Oakland Roots. So much to play for tonight, and they come out firing.
Let's add one more insult to the injury against Phoenix Rising. The desert parts and the sea opens wide for Mafeka. You can't allow it. He will punish you every single time, taking personal offense to the comments just prior. I can't be the one. I won't be denied. Watch this strike. This is just defending 101. You gotta step up in. Ben Lute, you can only do so much. There's a wall of players in front of him. He can't do anything about it. You let anybody strike that from that distance, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna tickle the nylon.
It is his first goal of the season. It's also just his second start since June. He started last week against San Antonio. Before that, hadn't started since the RGV match at home in June. It has been a long time since he's gotten consistent minutes. But now he is on the score sheet and has scored maybe one of the biggest goals of the season, at least at this early juncture for the Oakland Roots. There's Aiden Quinn. And now what is the response from Phoenix Rising as Rito is running in? Eduardo Rito, chance here for Oakland. Bouncing around as Carlson is brought down. Phoenix is able to clear this away. And still an opportunity here. His last touch is for Mela, and it's Rito, it's wide. Phoenix all over the place defensively, and Oakland cannot pay it off.
We asked for Dennis, Mafeka, and those role players to be active tonight, but you had to find a way to have a presence on the width. Has Eduardo Rito down into the channel. This is why he's one of my favorite. I don't care how linear his game is. Positive thinking, attack-minded, literally hit it off for Mela. He's got his hands out. He's angry that he wanted the ball in a different situation. He hit it right off for you. Should have finished that one. Could have finished on the back post once again. The second chance that came back through. Recovery defending for Phoenix lacking. Look at the step back across. And instead of stepping up in, you allow the ball to come square. Rito's going to want that one back. So we're from Mela. This is a heck of a start.
Sure is.
You couldn't have written it any better than this for Noah Delgado and Oakland Roots on the road.
Well, Noah Delgado was asked this week about the slow starts from his team, and I think this is about the complete opposite of that.
And the other thing you get within the relationship for Charlie Dennis and Lino Mafeka, both are not only capable but willing to step up into that advanced role, but also drop down into the midfield. That was a real good look at it right there, where Lino Mafeka comes to the near touchline. He's sitting right in front of the fourth official, just meters away from the tactical area, and Charlie Dennis is 10 yards away from him, and then all of a sudden he steps up onto the front line. Dennis can make that move as well. It keeps you guessing, if you're within the midfield, of Lambert and Aiden Quinn, and exactly what the role is going to be for Arturo Rodriguez as he starts to invert himself and Joey Calistri gets up high. Defensively, you got to make sure that you're tracking these runs. It's been abysmal. 9 minutes and change into this match.
You can see when Phoenix concedes that first goal this year, it has not been pretty, just 2 wins. And this is a game that they really need 3 points in. It's fair to say both teams have to get 3 points in this game to keep their playoff hopes alive. A draw doesn't really do either any good. Rodriguez in some trouble. Phoenix settling things down here. Trying to gain some control over this match for Kranis. And now Babukar Jai. Jai splits the double team, still coming forward. That final ball just a little bit off. Quick throw in. For Mela. And here comes Azokar.
I like the way they've set this team up tonight. Fasore, Dennis, and Mafeka, 3 flat across the midfield. Everyone taking just a step or 2 more in front of another. So Fasore, the least restricted on the positive side of the movements. Mafeka going to become the highest on the right-hand side, but he's also got the coverage defensively over that right shoulder. Even when Santi Mowar tends to drop and Babukar Jai comes high, you're still in a 2v2 situation. Rito's right there. Emmer Clementa over as well. And if the outlet pass comes square back across to Kranis, easy enough for one of them to pop out and challenge. Gives you numbers across the middle. It's really a 5-3-2. You jump them up real quick, 3-6. Smartly done so far.
Jai pulling this in. All the way back for Ben Lutz. Well, for Phoenix, what do you make of J.J. Williams being dropped to the bench tonight? We'll get your answer in a moment. Chance here for Oakland's Mafeka won't be able to keep this one in.
You're going to look at it from a variety of ways, right? Number one, rotation in players, giving guys the opportunity. Lest we forget that a new manager is here, and he is still surveying all of this with his own eyes in person. Even though he brought a lot of the personnel in, no matter the outcome, that's a bad ball playing out. No matter the outcome, he's got to find out.
Clemente tries to take this on for Kranis, just has to get rid of it.
And do it quickly. What is to be for some of these players for next year? Guys that haven't had their options picked up, that aren't on long terms, they're in an audition process, right? Promise you that Greg Hurst is probably in that situation. We know that J.J. Williams is because he was out of contract at the end of the year for FC Tulsa anyway. So as you bring him over within the trade, you're giving guys opportunities. Number two, the tactical idea that you're going to have the chance to play off of Greg Hurst a little bit more. J.J. Williams, although good, you're trying to get him out in transition, trying to get an aerial threat out of him. Probably not going to see as much of that tonight, the way that you're going to have to attack this Oakland Roots team because of the way that they spread. So they're trying to play off of Greg Hurst. And then also the ambition and emotion behind it. Remove the opportunity, the audition. Give people a chance down the stretch of things to show that even though it's been really poor in a lot of situations all season, you could be the guy to help this team get it over the line. Because let's face it, there are no more goodbyes. This is the last swan song. I'm telling you right now, if you don't win this game tonight, you're not coming back. And you're only going to get so many opportunities. We've had the discussion so far of could be this, it could be that. You cannot watch RGV win the game 3-1 and then allow Oakland Roots to distance themselves as well. Put yourself even further behind and think, don't worry, we've got another chance.
Well, and Juan Guerra has talked about time, and that's something they don't have a lot of, but he does say two big objectives. As you mentioned, learn what you have for next year, but also have to make a push for those playoffs. It's the first Carvana corner kick, proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. Carvana will drive you happy. The in-swinger, head of the way at the near post. They'll do it again on the far side. And this time, Aiden Quinn looks like he's coming over to take it.
You're struggling 15 minutes in. Just calm the boys down a little bit. You're Aiden Quinn, you're Lambert, you're Joey Farrell. Quick conversation. Dead ball situation, an opportunity. Even though it hasn't been that great, find some movement, maybe some trickery. You've got the Juan standing over the ball right now.
Quinn curls this in. Blanchette up to punch it away. And maybe a chance here to counter. Mafeka moves it ahead. And here come the Roots. Formella through the middle. Carlson making the run as well. That pass slowed him down just a bit. And that final ball well off the mark. Fans, be sure to visit your local Arizona Financial Credit Union branch to get your Phoenix Rising debit card. It's a great way to support the team and spread the word. And I've got to say, it's the coolest looking debit card I've seen. Visit ArizonaFinancial.org/Phoenix Rising to find out how you can score $100 when you open an account. This is out of play by Jai. Chet sends this downfield, looking for Carlson. Second ball picked up by Mafeka, but for Kranis, got rid of it quick. Quinn for Arturo Rodriguez. Sliding challenge, and it seemed to be a foul. Long distribution, looking for Carlson, who pushed off. This Oakland team shut out over their last 2 games, just 1 win over their last 6. And they've been shut out in 4 of their last 6 games. Something that Oakland has done a lot of this year is draw games. They have 12 draws this year, which is the most in the USL, and might be keeping them in this playoff race for now, but at a certain point, you have to turn some of those draws into 3 points. And they have just a few games left to do it.
Remember, as we hit the summer months, they had, at certain points in time, 4 to 5 games in hand on other teams around them. But to your point, Josh, it was, you hit mid-June, you drew at San Antonio, which is a really good result.
Yep.
But it is a draw. You drew at SAC, again, another good result. There's the Phoenix draw the first time that they met back in July.
And that was that 3-3 draw against Sacramento.
Bingo.
They had a chance to win.
At Detroit. Again, these are all very good results, but the problem is you're chasing everybody else down, right? And you and I have this discussion all the time, especially at this point in time in the season. You get to a point where, although in theory it makes so much sense in your head that you've got games in hand and you'll have more points, you still got to go get them.
That's the hard part, right? Lambert sends this cross in, and I guess it never really got in. It was straight out.
Most teams have not been able to do so. In fact, the only team that's really laid any sort of chase is RGV. RGV has now picked up 3 wins in their last 4. They're 3-1-1 in their last 5. As I'm having this discussion with you right now, that's tied for the best record in the Western Conference. And yet, only one other team below the playoff line can make the same argument. That's Monterey Bay. Everybody else only has 1 win. So they're creating separation within their ranks. But again, both RGV and Monterey Bay were so far behind because of the poor starts. I'm not sure they have enough to get them there. The quality, yes. But you're looking for quantity right now, and you just don't have the ability to track that many games down.
Monterey Bay trying to do something that Oakland did last year. A couple of first-year USL Championship clubs. Quinn moves it to the far side. Calistri, and now Rodriguez.
Nice turn.
Calistri, some friendly fire there.
Nice little turn by Arturo Rodriguez, though, who just took that one off the noggin. I like the switch, and as he pulls this down, Aiden Quinn brings it all the way back across the field. You were almost surprised that he spins him. 2v1, but then he gets himself into a 3v1 situation. He's got nowhere to go. The idea, and that's still a young player, is, hello. Appreciate you very much, Joey Calistri. The idea behind it, Josh, makes sense that you're going to pull off such a spectacular turn, but defensively, this team's pretty sound. So as you spin into it, you're actually creating a more difficult situation when you could have played a 2-yard ball right in front of you, brought it back, changed direction, and all of a sudden you've created separation within their ranks as opposed to making it more difficult for yourself.
Rodriguez, quick passing here. Hurst trying to get back on it, does. Looking to find some space. Visore goes to ground. And it looks like a foul has been given
Another idea that you're going to spin right round, get to the byline, come back across. The problem is one-on-one defending. It's one of the biggest assets that gentlemen on the back line here possess for Oakland Roots. It's Dark Famela coming all the way back across, and then even if you get around, look on the back shoulder. Fuenmayor, good little slide back to the left-hand side. Certainly been all hands on deck so far for the Oakland Roots.
Here's Rodriguez and Lambert. That's given away. Some scores from around the league. How about Charleston Battery? Bit of a surprise at home against Tampa Bay. 0-0 draw between Pittsburgh and Louisville. Yep.
Just waking up from it.
Yep. Nothing really to show for either of those teams. Switchbacks just scored late on in that one to cut the deficit into half, but it looks like Detroit could be getting 3 points on the road. San Diego, Alejandro Guido missed a 60th minute penalty saved by Jordan Farr, and that preserved the 1-0 win for San Antonio. UC and Los Dos also locked at 0-0 at halftime. Sacramento and Loudoun also at 0-0. Another big game tonight, Las Vegas and Monterey Bay. See if that gets started here in the next little bit.
You and I can both agree that with that result, San Antonio 11 points ahead of San Diego. San Diego only 5 games remaining, and San Antonio have a game in hand. That number one's done.
I honestly, since you said that, I did not realize the gap was that big.
Yeah, it's done. There's no way anybody's catching them. You have to average over 2 points per game.
And that means they also have to drop points.
Bingo.
Here's Hurst. Couldn't make the turn.
Schedule's not easy. It's New Mexico, Colorado Springs, Sacramento, Pittsburgh, Birmingham.
Oh, okay, hold on.
However,
yeah,
6 games remaining for San Antonio. You think they're gonna lose 6 games?
And how many of those are at home?
I'm gonna pull up my handy dandy calculator one more time.
Oh, calculator. Just use your fingers.
4.
4.
Carry the 1. It's mathematics.
And the other score we didn't show you was RGV 3, New Mexico 1. And that's the score we've been talking about and how good RGV has been over these last few weeks. Their only loss, though, was right here against Phoenix Rising. Calistri, a burst through the middle. Here's Hurst. Greg Hurst off the post, bouncing around, and Blanchette retrieves it. Just a little pocket of space for Hurst to get the shot away, and he wasn't far away.
Good hold-up play here from Arturo Rodriguez, and then Joey Calistri to chase the game. Watch the positive first touch. Love this, right up through the spine for Joey Calistri, and then the negative touch back into space. You catch Emra Clementa flat-footed. The defender's trying to push him to the right to pivot back across, square your hips up, and maintain momentum over the left shoulder. Whether going right to left or left to right, almost impossible for a defender. Great move by Greg Hurst, only to be undone by the woodwork.
Mafeka, Lindo Mafeka scores! It's 2 goals for Mafeka. Oakland Roots flying in Phoenix. You know how much this means to them.
Reminder, it was Rito who was ever present 15 minutes into this game. Let's switch it to the other side, his counterpart. 2 of my favorite wingbacks who provide coverage to you on both sides of the field, Rito and Azakar. Watch head up. Forward thinking, vision, always pushing the tempo and pace, and unselfish in nature. As you square this thing back across, you got to make a decision. Are you going to continue it alone or use your pivot man up top? Beautiful 1-2. Breaks the lines. You could put cones there at the way this back line is defending over the past couple of games. End result would still be the same. Magnificent movement here from the Roots, who have just doubled their lead. And that is a dagger that is going to resonate with them for eternity if they cannot pull themselves out.
It's Lindo Mafeka's first brace since July of 2019 with Reno 1868 in the 4-0 win over Colorado Springs. He has 2 goals tonight. And Oakland Roots, I don't know if you want to call it shocking or what, whatever adjective you want to use. It has to be a bit of a surprise, at least for the home fans here tonight at Wild Horse Pass.
Wow, how fitting is it as well that they've been so poor on the attacking side of the ball, and yet everything going forward right now has been so fluid. Moments for Phoenix for sure, but the dominance has been asserted by the boys in black for the majority of the first half, at least at this point in time.
And remember, that was just moments after Phoenix had nearly equalized.
Think about
huge swing.
Think about it in general, right? So there's the outlet ball to the left. Azokar has to step forward. He has to do it quickly. When he cuts to the inside, you're already coming to your right, and you've got it on your left foot. You're swinging across your body. The momentum is in a negative fashion. You have to connect cleanly. He does. But it's got such a velocity behind it that when it hits Mafeka, he quickly has to decide what he wants to do. Then in the 1-2 pass, it's the soft feet by Carlson up top. The ball that he plays through, Josh, is so difficult. Because of the players around him, you have to take all that sting, drop it through, because you have to make sure with the spin that's coming off of it, you don't allow Ben Lute to come off of his line. Everything was absolute perfection, including the chip on the backside of it.
The assist goes to Carlson. It's his second assist of the season. First one went to Fuenmayor, also his second assist. And all of a sudden, a half hour gone, and Phoenix has a massive task ahead of them. Here's Rodriguez trying to clip that around the corner. It'll be a throw-in for Phoenix. Rodriguez tries to go quick. Here's Moar. There's a foul in the middle. Interrec and need a check. Go on the offensive with Lerner and Rowe, the official personal injury firm of Phoenix Rising. Make one call, that's all, to 977-1900. Getting you all the money you deserve is our goal. Foul there on Rodriguez. And it's a yellow card given to Azokar.
Almost given with the intensity within this match that things were eventually going to heat up and someone was going to get themselves into trouble. Yes, making friends as well. Obviously discussing their dinner plans later on tonight.
A lot of good restaurants in the Valley, gotta say.
What's on the menu? attire, formal, informal. You go with a lemon or a lime on the water. The acidity to alkaline ratio, always concerning athletes these days.
Maybe you should see if they want some chow mein. Here's Jai. Sliding this in behind and taken in by Blanchette. Equality Health reminds you that the next time you or a loved one needs preventive or routine care, go to your doctor first. If you don't have a doctor, go to equalityhealth.com to find one near you. Here's Moar. Doing this to the outside. Arturo Rodriguez. Back for Calistri. And it's a foul. Free kick coming for Phoenix.
To be fair, it's twice, though, in the last 6 minutes that we've seen this step from Joey Calistri. It's very smart from a footballing point of things to step up in here. Watch how quickly he recognizes it. It was the same movement that provided the strike by Hurst that ended up hitting the post. He's just found this rhythm in between Formella and Fissore, that line of three coming across the middle. I like that area if they could continue to try and exploit it. Formella was just too late to recognize. How far out is it, though? Do you have the quality from the distance if you're Aiden Quinn? Answer usually is yes, but from this angle, you have the stones.
It's Aiden Quinn, and it's saved. Well, he had him, but Blanchette did not let it nestle in the back of the net.
It's still always amazing to me watching him hit some of these dead balls. Look at the run-up. It's not a big run-up. He's just got such power behind it. Enough rotation, not too much. Plenty of rhythm off that left foot of his that always allows him to be the marksman that we've come to know and love.
He's a cultured left foot, to say the least. Another foul there on Otar Carlson. Rising's NAU Family 4-pack is back. 4 tickets with food and beverage vouchers starting at $88. Where can you find a better deal? Visit phoenixrisingfc.com/tickets or email sales@phxrisingfc.com for more information. Over the top, Carlson making the run. He was cut down. This is a free kick to Oakland, and it will be a yellow card to Joey Farrell. And just outside the area.
He's out the next game. He's on yellow card accumulation. That's his 8th. He's going to miss the next match now. And the argument from Danny Stone that this is a 50-50 ball, but it's in from behind. And here's the thing. Some people at home might be wondering why it's not red. Here's why. It's proximity to goal, the direction that it's moving, players in vicinity. You have to hit all 4 points, and that won't. It's that simple. He's not going to be able to get to the ball. And the ball is not in a goal-scoring position.
I'm not saying red card.
Yeah.
Is that not a penalty?
Wasn't it just outside the box?
It looked close because he came right across the corner there.
Yeah, I looked at the contact to be right outside the box when he hit him.
Very close. And now a set piece opportunity coming, and Charlie Dennis is standing over it. Dennis plays the square ball for Carlson. It was a heavy touch. And now Phoenix off to the races. Moar for Rodriguez. Rising, streaming forward. Arturo Rodriguez went for it himself, and it's cleared away. Here's Quinn. Bouncing this through. It's one back by Calistri. Here's Rodriguez. And out of play.
Let's go back one more time, Josh. So you thought it was a pen. See, I was looking at the turf when he steps. Was the contact actually just before? It's misjudged in general. How do you allow him to get in behind? Diagonal. Yeah, that's really close. Referee's got a good angle. See, what you're looking at is his leg. I'm looking at the actual contact on his back.
Okay.
Because to me, the leg isn't the problem. The leg is out in front.
It's close, though.
It's very close, I'm with you. But the leg is out in front. Put it to you this way. If you're crossing and coming the other direction, obviously you wouldn't be going from the top of the 18 to the outside. But if you were hitting the wing coming towards the box, I bet in that situation, the referee might have leaned because you're leaning into the box. This has you moving away, and his vision is going to pick up something differently.
Here comes Oakland again. Formella. And knocked out of play. Another corner kick for Oakland as they look to add on. The outswinger, as the heads go up, Mafeka. Now Formella. And that runs out of play. It will be a goal kick. Pre-game with Raising Cane's, proud supporter of Phoenix Rising. Skip the line and order on our easy mobile app for your order of premium, fresh, hand-breaded chicken fingers, special sauce. And don't forget to add our fresh hand-squeezed lemonade. Order.raisingcanes.com. Lindo Mafeka only had 2 goals last season. Came in a brace against Tacoma almost a year to the day. And now he gets his first 2 goals of 2022 in a brace. Five minutes to go in this first half. And you wonder, where does Phoenix go from here? Seven shots for Oakland, just 3 for Phoenix. Phoenix's expected goals at just .17, Oakland at 1.13. And even Phoenix with 60% of the possession. Moar, heavy off the chest. very patient right now. Have to play with some urgency. Gonna play it through for Hurst. Looked like both players were pulling their shirts. The peanut gallery's back, Devin.
So excited.
I can hear it in your voice.
I know you can.
Of course, 3 points tonight for Oakland would go a long way. When you look at their schedule, though, they have just 2 more home games and only 2 more games in total against the Western Conference. They have quite a few games coming up against the East, which makes things very interesting in the run into the playoffs. And 3 of those games are against current playoff teams. Here's Aiden Quinn. For Babukar Jai going for the curler. He was on his weaker right foot, and he just couldn't find the frame.
It's just a tad bit slow for everything. This is much better. You go right up through the middle, unselfish. Step in, head down. The finished product. Still escaping Phoenix. My concern overall, that was one of the best movements we've seen in terms of combination coming up through the middle and finding the outside, Josh. If you look at the attacking options, Arturo Rodriguez finding one of his other 2, Hurst or Moa on the front line. He's only had 1 pass delivered to the 2 of them. Quinn to Calistri, Hurst or Arturo, only 2 passes. If you continue to move forward, Jai, only 2 to the front line. Calistri, that was his 2nd to the front line. If you take any of the midfield 4, moving on to the front 3, and then the front 3 in combination with each other, that's 7 separate players. There's only 7 passes over 45 minutes that they've been able to connect with each other. That's a pass every 8 minutes. You've got to be kidding me.
It has been a tough one for Phoenix tonight. There's no doubt about it. They do have 45 minutes to right this wrong of this first 45 minutes, though. Jai. For Kranis. Jai once again. Little flick, and it's Santi Moar. Santi Moar blocked down. Jai for Quinn, again blocked. Now it's Joey Farrell. Just trying to keep it alive as we're in a 1 minute of stoppage time. Arturo Rodriguez popping up on the left now. In-swinger headed clear. As far as Farrell was heavy off his chest. And maybe one more chance here for Oakland. Formella. Switch of play for Rito. And too much on it. That's the last action of this first 45 minutes. And it is all Oakland roots, and it's all Lindo Mafeka.
You've just got to make a decision of what you want for the rest of your season. XG's not good enough. You were the dominant team in possession, Phoenix Rising, but what do you have to show for it? You're not accurate enough on the ball. Everything, when you step off the back line moving forward, has to be more clear-cut in terms of thinking. You need someone to start and go and beat people, inject some confidence in this team, because that is the only thing that exists for Oakland Roots right now. Magnificent from Mafeka, the front line, beautiful, and the wingbacks, perfection for the Roots in the first half.
Halftime here from Wild Horse Pass. Oakland 2, Phoenix 0.
Lerner & Rowe is proud to be the official personal injury attorneys of Phoenix Rising. Our goal is getting you all the money you deserve. When you're in a wreck and need a check, make one call, that's all, to Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
You might have heard of Carvana and that we sell cars online. What you probably didn't know is that we're in the business of making you happy. We believe buying a car should be something that gets you hyped up. That you should be empowered to shop when you want, where you want, wearing whatever you want. And that your new car ought to come with newfound happiness and zero surprises. So we promise that we'll treat you right, we'll put you in control, and all of us will stop at nothing to drive you happy.
We'll drive you happy at Carvana.
Hello, I am Jose Luis Cruz Rivera, President of Northern Arizona University. We are a proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. NAU and Phoenix Rising have much in common. We're both building on a strong foundation of success. We are both champions in our own fields, and we both strive for excellence. At NAU, we offer the advantages that come with a higher education to all of the members of our community. We are helping our students build a bright and boundless future for themselves, their families, and their communities. Come visit us at NAU and go Rising.
Halftime from Wild Horse Pass. Phoenix Rising 0, Oakland Roots 2. Quite a twist to the tail in that first 45 minutes. Here at halftime, it's time for another edition of Rising Recap. Quinn going for it again, flicked along and in. It's Joey Farrell to head it home.
And he's on the loose. Moar. No question.
Playing through the lines, Williams scores! Welcome to Phoenix Rising, J.J. Williams. Scores for Phoenix Rising. A backflip to boot. It's 1-1.
Probably one of the coolest days I've had. Like just to see how they work on a daily basis, the calls they have, the facilities they have, which are really nice. Showing us around the truck, putting the gear on and stuff, and realizing how heavy it was, and then getting to ride along in the truck. Like it's kind of that's one thing that you want to do when you're a kid, and it was really cool to get to do that today and just meet all the guys. It's like such a nice group of guys as well.
It was phenomenal. I didn't really know what to expect. When I was asked to come here, I thought it was just like, oh, riding a fire truck and see some things, which obviously I'd never seen before anyway, but just meeting them, hearing all of their stories, the men and women, and getting to go out for call outs with them and hearing what they do. It's like there's a lot more to firefighters in Arizona than just like putting out a fire.
We love bringing people into the station and showing them what we do and showing them the wide variety of calls that we go on, or we tell them about the calls that we go on. We show them the equipment and the equipment that we have to deal with all types of different emergencies. We run into people at the grocery store and they say, oh, you know what, why does it take so many people and why are you here at a big fire truck? And we're always on call. And it's we get here, and when we get on that truck, we're on that truck for 48 hours, and that is our office. So we take that office everywhere we go. We're always ready to respond, and that could be from shopping to being in the shower. We're always, as soon as someone calls 911, we're on the street in less than a minute and ready to answer a call.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Trying to take down their rival. The legend has done it again here in Sacramento. He's turned the whole game around.
It's a goal for Orange County SC and their first of the season.
And that's full time. The old guard with a new trophy. Orange County wins the USL Championship final.
Halftime here at Wild Horse Pass. It's Phoenix Rising 0. It's Oakland Roots 2. Quite a surprising scoreline here tonight. News and notes from around the USL Championship. And of course, Sacramento Republic. Their run ended in the US Open Cup with that 3-0 loss to Orlando City on Wednesday.
They were awesome for 45 minutes, and then the second half, it was hold on for dear life. And they were their own undoing. It's the one mistake at the back, playing out of the back by Dan Casey. It's then the tackle that gets away from him. It's a penalty. And then cherry on top for Orlando, 3-0. Heads high, though. That was a heck of a run, a historic run, regardless of no cup at the end of it. We'll have them on national next week, by the way, against Orange County, ESPN2. The Dose.
Don't want to miss it. Best Western scoreboard and some surprising results here. Detroit City going on the road, and Sacramento Republic is doing what they normally do.
Charleston Battery, Detroit City. I'll take that. And Los Dos, Orange County, much like the Phoenix Rising and Oakland Roots game, that's a must-win. Draw makes sense.
So we'll see what the second half brings. It might be do or die for Phoenix Rising with their playoff hopes. Second half coming up next.
If you ask me to name my 3 favorite Diamondback players, that would be tough. Maybe the big unit, Randy Johnson, Miggy, Miguel Montero, and Webby, Brandon Webb. Now, if you ask me to name my favorite place to purchase a vehicle, that's a no-brainer. It's Sanderson Ford, because of the way they do business. No hassle, no pressure, no nonsense, and no added markups. Follow the road to Sanderson Ford country.
Pacific Office Automation is the one source for all of your business technology, copiers and printers, managed IT and cloud services, unified communications and telephones, security systems and cameras, complete conference room packages. You need to partner with a total office solutions provider that gets it. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Hello, I am Jose Luis Cruz Rivera, President of Northern Arizona University. We are a proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. NAU and Phoenix Rising have much in common. We're both building on a strong foundation of success. We are both champions in our own fields, and we both strive for excellence. At NAU, we offer the advantages that come with a higher education to all of the members of our community. We are helping our students build a bright and boundless future for themselves, their families, and their communities. Come visit us at NAU and go Rising.
Equality Health is giving doctors more time to be doctors, so they can give you the care you deserve. Ask if your doctor is part of the Equality Health Network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
Tonight's match is brought to you by Carvana, NAU Nationwide, Phoenix Children's, and Arizona Financial. Halftime highlights, Phoenix Rising, Oakland Roots. 5th minute, didn't take Oakland long. It came from a corner kick on the recycle. Lindo Mafeka would make it 1-0.
It's just really good rotation by him. It's really that simple. And then here's the other problem. Oh yeah, you got to defend in this game. You got to step up in. It's too restricted. Everybody just 1, 2, 3 seconds. There's probably some extra change in there just for fun, but we all know mathematics and counting aren't my strong suit. You hang your goalkeeper out to dry. You allow Mafeka to grab his first goal of the season. Response, other direction. This was impressive by Phoenix. Love the step by Joey Calistri from the wingback position. You invert, you cut into the negative space, and even better touch back across the body to set himself up by Greg Hurst. Hits the post, and then immediately back to work. Right to left, it was Rito, it's Azakar, it was Mafeka that started the movement, and he's gonna finish it off. 1-2, Chip, thanks for coming. Double the lead, double the pleasure, double the fun. I stopped chewing gum.
Good one, you're a poet now. That was very nice. So it is all Oakland Roots, and the reason Phoenix Rising wearing those gold jerseys, it is Childhood Cancer Awareness Night here at Wild Horse Pass, and they learned about Jacob Weary's ongoing battle with leukemia. They sent him a gold jersey, and it's going to look pretty good wearing it.
They're going to wear them for the entire month, and the way that this is going to go is not only did they send a jersey, it was one of the first 10 printed for Phoenix Rising. Darnell King was kind enough to send a letter of encouragement to the Glendale resident as well. The cool jerseys are on sale on shoprisingfc.com. Proceeds will benefit Phoenix Rising Children's Foundation. Good cause, good kid. Positive thoughts to Jacob moving forward.
Absolutely, and to all of the kids at Phoenix Children's battling as well.
Stay strong, everybody.
So back here for the second 45 minutes, and there will be 2 subs. Luis Manuel Cejas alongside J.J. Williams coming on for Phoenix Rising. They need an injection of offense. So the 2 subs of Williams and Cejas for Kranis and Hurst. So we get set for the second 45 minutes with Devin Kerr. I'm Josh Eastern, and could this be the biggest 45 minutes of Phoenix Rising season? We mentioned a draw doesn't really do either team any good here tonight. It's got to be 3 points, you'd think, for one of these two. And Oakland has played one more game than Phoenix, so you could almost say the 3 points for Oakland could be even more important than for Phoenix Rising, but we'll see what this second half brings and see if Sejas can drum up some of that magic that he has found so far this season. There's the whistle, 45 more minutes. Phoenix will attack the south end in this second half. Maybe that can spur them on to find a couple of goals to at least get this back level, and we'll see where we go from there. And it's turned over immediately. The ball to the right side, and the shot by Dennis is skied out of play.
Don't be surprised if they change their tactical look as well here. We saw some of this against Colorado Springs where they spread the back line really thin. Sit Kevin Lambert in front of him, almost drop into a center back type role, allow him to push up into the midfield. And it'll give you look of a 4-3-3 on the attacking side, 3 back as you move as well defensively. Still maintain the presence on the width, add numbers, and of course try and find a way to get anything going on the attacking front.
This number may not be encouraging for Phoenix Rising or its fans, but they are 0-8 when trailing at halftime in the championship this season. Play this through. It's Moar. Santi Moar shot blocked down. Formella looks to carry it out. Lambert. Penetrating ball to Arturo Rodriguez. Rodriguez felt some contact from behind. Stumbled a bit. Now Rodriguez gets the cross to the back post. Williams was there, but nobody in the 6-yard box. And it's long over the top. Bouncing out of play. Noah Delgado mentioned to us that he wants his team to keep the ball, and I guess that's the same thing that Phoenix Rising wants to try to do. He said sometimes that's the best sort of defense, so maybe we'll see that a bit more in this second half. Just to try to slow down Phoenix Rising as you feel like they'll be playing with a big sense of urgency. But the possession well in favor of Phoenix Rising at 62%. Calistri down the line for Rodriguez. Throw into Phoenix. Shai. Back for Quinn. Sejas. Farrell. And Calistri loses that out of play. Trying to play this into space, and it's Azokar in an offside position. This month, Phoenix Rising will be going gold for all of September. Rising will be wearing gold jerseys in support of Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. You can order yours today by scanning the QR code or by going to shoprisingfc.com.
There's an organization behind this Roots team that, within this match tonight, can't really ask for much more.
Sejas.
It's every move that Phoenix Rising has, there's an answer for. And the gentleman wearing the black shirts, commentator's curse.
Sejas, he wants to get on that left foot. Flit back into the middle and headed clear. Sliding challenge will keep it for Rising. Runs through for Moar. Deflected cross this time. Quinn couldn't get to it. Now Oakland able to get this away.
Just watch the setup, Josh. As you move side to side, look at all the jerseys. There's flat lines when someone drops into the space in between. There's a runner going, there's a runner coming. Every mark is accounted for. And even with the rotation, they're creating the advantages on their own right. They're passing one on to the next one. You're giving yourself a stretch up top. And that was a good look where you came flat into 5, then a series of 4. You leave Carlson up top if you find a way to play out of it. And just really good job zonally passing guys through.
You feel like some of those principles maybe kept in place from the man currently in charge of this Phoenix Rising side. Here's Azokar.
Look at the back post, wide open.
Cutting it in field and finding Mafeka, and this is cleared away. That was nearly a third.
Almost looked like he didn't see the run initially, because if so, the first touch should have been head up as the ball came out in front of him and then whipped into the back post because there was so much space out in front. Good job, though, as he cut it back in to still pick out the runner. The problem is some of the window had closed. There was much too much on the ball. It was actually sent in.
Corner kick here. It's Charlie Dennis. Out swinging ball. There's a foul before. Here's Farrell. Phoenix knocking it around. This time is running thin.
Give it.
Rodriguez, early ball across. That's right where you want it, top of the 6-yard box. And it's a corner kick coming.
See the shout from J.J. Williams behind, though. He's the one who comes to the top of the box to receive it. Smartly puts it down in, but then nobody steps in behind him. He can't jump in, put it down, and then spin off in a 3v1. You got to find a way, if you're Sejas or Aiden Quinn, to continue the run. And if not, it's Jai, it's Moore, it's somebody else on the front in an attacking position who has to step into the spot that was just vacated.
Carvana corner kick. In swinger, right off the back of Williams and cleared away. Breaking the lines, Moar, Rodriguez, Sejas. Moar back for Sejas. Now it's Calistri. It's right at Blanchette.
Joey Calistri just gets caught in no man's land on the back end of this. This is much better though. Look how quick the decisions are. You keep the ball moving. As you step, one other player is going to follow you. You beat that player, and now all of a sudden, it's a trickle-down effect where you have the ability to dictate on your own terms. It provides you the space on the outside. Joey Calistri just gets caught in between. Ball coming square back across and trying to attract the goal on his own.
Trying to go over the top. Williams couldn't bring it down. Musa always looks for that ball over the top. Didn't quite come off that time. Again, floating it forward. Rodriguez stabs it out of the air. Mafeka. Carlson. Otar Carlson blocked down.
That's a tackle.
Those are two big guys going at it, and Lambert got it just right.
An out-and-out striker. Carlson, 6'3" plus, long and lanky at times, but watch him use his hands to his ability. Just felt the striker as he moved here. He's got to get the shoulder dropped on the inside. Lambert a bit behind on the decision, but this is the long legs of the Jamaican and the recovery tackle. Excellent defending at the tail end of this for Kevin Lambert.
Charlie Dennis whipping this in. Formella was closest to it for Oakland. It's a goal kick. Jai! If you don't buy a ticket, as they say. The best play on a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford, Arizona's largest Ford dealership. Musa, back for Lunt, and cleared away. Arturo Rodriguez. Picked up again, it's Jai! Rattling the woodwork at pace. Calistri, it's headed down and wide. They can't buy a goal.
Arturo Rodriguez actually chooses the most difficult route here and makes the wrong decision. Should have continued to his right, given it to Joey Calistri down into the corner, but as he comes here, he gets lucky. because the step up in, well recognized by Fuenmayor, and as he pops it out, he spills it to Babacar Jai, who rattles it, picks out the upper corner, reset. Blanchette, you don't see him hesitate a lot in these situations. The goalkeeper balks as it comes back across, and as he does, he allows the vision to be clouded just a touch on Santi Moar. Look at the hands, pulls out. That is the perfect depiction of dejection for Santi Moar and the unfortunate season that he's had this year. Just hasn't been very kind to him 2022.
And now it's Williams. That's well over the bar.
I'll give him this, though. He's been active in the second half. There's an intensity about him that most of the attacking players didn't have, and it's contagious. You're starting to see some of that resonate within the rest of the unit coming forward.
Do you feel like that spurred on because he didn't start?
It's very possible, yeah. I mean, you got to a point of, is it frustration? Is it anger? Is it emotion that's going to breed you positive play? I don't care what any of it is right now because he's a spark.
They needed something. It felt like changes were coming at halftime. Quinn back for Moar and taken away. Formella, early ball in, and it's right at Luntz. Well, an update from out of town. The game between Las Vegas and Monterey Bay officially postponed due to unplayable field conditions. So Monterey Bay, who is already trying to make up games just because of how their schedule is shaken out, they have to make up another game against, those are two teams who are fighting for that last playoff spot. So a condensed schedule here in the last month of the season. It's Matias Fasore who is down. Well, 2 games about to go final. Sacramento Republic 4, Loudoun United 0. And Orange County 1, Los Dos 0. Looks like this will be the end of the night for Matias Fasore. It's Joseph Nane who is preparing to come on. See him untying his shoes.
He's actually one of the ones that, you know, when you asked Juan Guerra if you noticed any changes since he's left, and yes, certainly on the front line, you know, lack of goals and production at least. Anything else that changed, it was the movement by Joseph Nane working himself back into this system. He's done a really good job of finding more of a presence within the midfield recently, both as a starter and coming off the bench. He had sort of fallen out of favor under Juan Guerra. And that's not a knock on the player himself nor the relationship with the coach, just form overall wasn't first choice. Seems to be at least within the rotation of 14 or 15 past couple of matches.
Looks like there will be a sub for both teams, and one of those players coming out will be Lindo Mafeka. And it's Memo Diaz coming off, but what a night to remember for Lindo Mafeka. This was his first.
If you remember just a few short years ago, this is a guy who from San Jose, he was almost irreplaceable in the Ian Russell system in Reno. 4 goals and an assist in 18, 4 goals and 4 assists in 2019. That Reno team back in 2017, 6-3. He was a high commodity that everybody was looking at. Oakland Roots said, "You're done? Okay, we'll take him." San Jose said he's all yours, and he's never looked back.
It'll be Arturo Rodriguez coming off. Diaz and Nane on, Fisore and Mafeka off. Well, it's Donaciano on for Arturo Rodriguez for Phoenix Rising. Pretty prolonged stoppage there as we get things going. About 25 minutes to go here from Wild Horse Pass. We've been talking about it. Probably last chance saloon here for Phoenix Rising if they want to try to get into the playoffs. Here's Farrell. Now, as things stand now, Oakland would be 1 point off of Las Vegas, but there would be 3 teams at 36 points. Los Dos, RGV, and Oakland. RGV actually might have the upper hand there as they have played 28 games. And the other two, 29. And Monterey Bay has played 27. They sit on 35 points. Get your handy-dandy tiebreaker sheet ready to go for the end of this season. Donaciano steps in. And that last game off of Rito.
Well, the other argument you got to remember is just form as well. What sort of momentum do you have right now? RGV certainly has a lot of it. Monterey Bay is right there as well, though. The sting of that delayed game and where the fixture congestion is going to cause a disruption will certainly have something to say about it.
Foul and a free kick. Clementa down. To be in a bit of pain here.
He's not normally the one for the dramatics either. He's one of the tougher center backs in the league. He was going back all the way. Speaking of Sacramento Republic, I mean that's a stinger on you for sure. Watch him playing into that shoulder. Oh, hip.
It's a hard fall.
Yeah, that hurts.
Well, for a team that was shut out over their last 2 games, was shut out in 4 of their last 6. Welcome respite and getting back into goal-scoring mode for this Roots team down the stretch of the season. This one now, the last game running in the USL Championship tonight. Pretty quiet week across the league. The only game on Wednesday will be Birmingham and Pittsburgh, which is a big one in the Eastern Conference playoff race in terms for seeding purposes. This is what is to come for Oakland. See all those games against Eastern Conference opposition, and 3 of those next 5 are away from home. That'll be to close out the season. The free kick, the in-swinger. Lambert was up for it. And a foul, that's called against Carlson. It's never too early to secure your 2023 season deposit with Phoenix Rising. Only $100 or $250 per account, and you'll receive 2 complimentary tickets to any October match. Scan the QR code or visit phxrisingfc.com/2023 season tickets. It's Sejas. Not enough height on the cross. Foul called against Kevin Lambert.
Interesting that sitting up on a 2-0 lead, when you bring Memo Diaz in, you keep Azokar on, you just bump him up higher. We've seen that before. I just like his ability to find a way to play through the ranks. You tuck him underneath. He's just so comfortable. I said it in the first half that he and Eduardo Rito, they're my favorite to watch, mostly because they're together on the field at the same point in time, and the balance that they provide you on the width, because there's so much speed behind them. They're not afraid to attack, but they love defending. They love tracking back and getting into one-on-ones and finding a way to get the better of players.
Two Venezuelan outside backs, of course. Juan Guerra going back to his Venezuelan roots. Finding those 2 players who Rito had spent time on loan with New York Red Bulls too over the last few years. Well, Azokar was with RGV over the last couple of seasons. Clementa's down again. And it will be a change coming for Oakland. Emra Clementa will be checking out. Mikael Janssen sounds like we'll be checking in.
And that's going to be a problem moving forward for Oakland Roots. That's a warrior right there. He's only coming off if he's experiencing excruciating pain, and maybe a few words on the way out for Babacar Jai. This will be a game of musical chairs where you have to imagine everybody just rotates one more piece back. Memo Diaz drops over it. You can bring Azokar all the way back in. You can put him in outside marking bat, doesn't matter, but Janssen will come to that front line.
Second moment? Was that our second moment? Yeah.
Diaz, it's Carlson, Otar Carlson. Contested there by Kevin Lambert. Hasn't scored a goal in just about 2 months now since the brace against El Paso Locomotive. Itching to get back on the score sheet. It looked like he was running away with the Golden Boot race, not so much anymore. It's turned over. Janssen trying to return it. Carlson will be chased into the corner. Carlson overshoots that one.
I'll give him this much. He's a good striker. Trying to find everybody else.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, let's just say that the training grounds needs a little help there.
Moar fending off defenders. It's Jai for Williams, off his chest and blocked down. Rito trying to race away. Big challenge put in. And that's a quick yellow card from the referee. James Musa knew what he was doing.
Well, he had to do something the way that he was beat. Again, the speed is so difficult to judge for Rito. Good job on Aiden Quinn stepping in, settling everything down here because he knows that tensions are running high. As he gets around him, look at him turn on the afterburners. I mean, this is, I gotta be honest, look at how high this is on the knee. That could be a red. If you gave him a red, I don't have a problem with it. I'm not lobbying for it. I can understand, it's definitely a yellow, we get that. But that's aggressive, very aggressive. And because it's so high.
Does the stud not hitting the knee matter?
Yeah, to me it doesn't matter. I think it's intent. And let me rephrase that. I don't think it's intent. I know it's intent because intent's in the rule book. Literally states the action doesn't have to be completed.
It's just a yellow card for James Musa. Here's Farrell. .13 to go for Phoenix. Jai cutting it back.
Good touch.
Janssen steps in. And Janssen is fouled. Musa was there. He just tried to avoid the challenge. The referee had a great look at it. Just moments after he picked up the first yellow.
That's a foul and a second yellow, I promise you.
Calistri. Phoenix trying to crash this, but it's Blanchette.
This is a foul. Watch his trailing leg. He's off.
Oh, 100%.
He kicks his foot out right in front of him. I don't know how the referee doesn't see this. Slow it down. Absolutely. It doesn't matter if you pull out of it or not, if it's negligent or not. You make contact and you're lucky to still be on. Is that the saving grace that allows you to stay in this game and go find a way to get back into it? Well, you hope so.
Well, looks like somebody's thrown a flare, something of the sort, onto the fields. South End in full voice tonight. I'm sure some frustration in there as well. Phoenix trying to go quickly here. There's another giveaway in the midfield. Formella. There's Lambert. Formella wins it right back. Carlson at the near post. His header is just wide. Slams the ground in frustration.
It's hard to deny the fact that you've got Carlson streaking onto the near post with all the goals to his name. You did have two runners right at the top of the 18. Just got to pick up the end. There's another giveaway. Oh, wow. Oh, my.
What's the decision here? It's just a yellow card.
I can't blame Lambert in this one. It's very different than what we saw on the Musa one, but the chance that was coming through the box, just again, look right at the top of the box. Two runners. Easy enough. This is the most difficult route. And then as you turn it over, it's well read. Good step up by Barbier. And that is, there are some tackles flying around right now that referees got to be really careful. These are dangerous.
Carlson. He's going to hit this. He hit it with pace. Into the stands. Here's Jai. Trying to cut this back across. Failed clearance. Ball still not gone. There's Diaz, and now it is. That's a foul against Kevin Lambert. All three center backs currently for Phoenix on yellow cards. Plenty of shots for both of these teams. Oakland, though, almost double the expected goals. They're saying it's going to be a yellow card for J.J. Williams. Looked like for a prior offense. This might be it. Just kind of saw it there at the end.
I mean,
maybe.
This is just, look, you're inside 10 minutes to go. I get it. Tensions are flaring and things are going on, but that's soft. Defender had himself draped over J.J. Williams. I don't mind the frustration at all by the striker, and I certainly don't see any lashing out on the end of it.
Here's Sejas. Farrell. Calistri. Sejas. Quick passing there. Nothing doing for Phoenix. There's Carlson is the one outlet man, and he's able to hold it up and spring free this attack. Azokar. That cross blocked down all the way to the back post, and Lunt had to make another save as Janssen got there. It's a corner kick to Oakland Roots, and they'll take their time to take it.
I didn't think Janssen was going to be able to get to this thing. Excellent recovery by the striker, and then good job by Ben Lunt not to give up on this play. This could have easily been 3. Needed to hit it right there. That ball right there with his left foot. Instead, tries to keep it on the right. A little cut back in. Look at Lunt. That thing's going in. Really well done by the goalkeeper to slide over and cut off the angle.
Another in-swinger. Headed clear by James Musa. Williams was pulled down. And there will be a substitution coming. James Musa will be coming off. And this is the Phoenix Rising debut for Hayden Sargis, just acquired on loan from DC United. He's Made 18 appearances in the USL Championship this year with Loudoun. Came up in the Sacramento Republic Academy before being transferred at the beginning of this year. Actually spent some time here in Arizona with the Barca residency in his youth days as well. And he'll finish out the season with Phoenix Rising.
Love this kid. He's a wondrous talent that Sacramento Republic helped continue watering the roots of. See what I did? Keep writing them down, Josh.
Yeah.
But honestly, he's just caught in transitional moments for DC United right now. They highly regard his talents. Just haven't been able to get him into any sort of rotation within that system so far.
Jai tracking back as Oakland tried to run away there. Sejas. And he is fouled by Janssen. Looks like Chuy Enriquez is preparing to come on. Donaciano. Onguera's talked so much about the process now for this Phoenix Rising side, knowing he doesn't have much time. Calistri was in an offside position, and this will be a yellow card. It looks like after the fact for Memo Diaz. Officially, Diaz into the book. Two subs preparing to come on, Johnny Rodriguez and Chuy Enriquez. Another yellow card, Janssen. Could have been two. Had to be careful there. So here are the two subs. Formella and Azokar will be coming off.
Good shifts for both of them. It's really hard to put into words how difficult of a place this has been to play historically. And the fact that coming in, you had struggled for the most part so heavily against Phoenix Rising. To get the monkey off your back. No, I know there was the draw earlier this year, but the back and forth that has been, the stakes with everything that's in front of you, your coach, metaphorically, on the other sideline, to come out and perform in this nature and put that sort of stamp on the game could easily be the performance of the weekend.
As we mentioned, there'll be 3 teams locked on 36 points. Las Vegas still holding that last playoff spot on 37. Monterey Bay at 35, and then there's Phoenix on 32, Orange County on 31. Our be 7 minutes of stoppage time added on. Carlson now will get a yellow card for time wasting.
Has done everything else this season, might as well tack on a yellow card for good measure. Now what, Josh? Either one of them making the postseason?
It's tough to say. Obviously, I don't think that I'm going out on a limb here and saying Oakland has a much better chance of doing it than Phoenix, but it's just so tough with so many teams in there. And the fact that they played one more game and they have to play a bunch of Eastern Conference teams, I think makes it a little bit more difficult for Oakland than others.
Well, here's the most ridiculous thing is that it's been horrendous for Phoenix this year at times to watch. Tonight's one of them. They're still only 5 points back of a playoff spot. Like, go figure.
And now they're even on games played too. So
bingo. You feel like you have a grasp on what should be, what would be, but you just don't know. Like, the results are so fickle. Orange County can barely put one foot in front of another. That's not all their fault. But tonight, once again, they got a result against a team that's in front of them on the playoff line.
The yellow card goes to Aiden Quinn.
Aiden Quinn tries to pull out of this. He just comes up in behind him and stops right in front of the momentum of the midfielder. And Charlie Dennis just watch him post, stop, stands right there. Quinn knows it. He didn't expect, thought maybe it would peel off on the run. I get it. I mean, me too. Apologized. The good news is for Roots is that you have Red Bull and Hartford sprinkled in, though there's a new era going on in the Eastern Conference for the Hartford Athletic, and they lit it up tonight. So who knows what that's going to look like second to last week of the season.
And for Phoenix, their next 3 games away from home: San Diego, Monterey Bay, Sacramento Republic.
You could be over in that situation. And I would say the same argument exists for Phoenix in that you have Red Bull and ATL UTD2, which if you can't win those 2 games, if you somehow maneuver San Diego, Monterey Bay, and SAC.
How many points do they need to get in those 3 games?
7.
Okay.
And you might even need 9, but 7 no less. And you enter the final 3 games. If you can't get results at home against Red Bull and Atlanta United 2, didn't deserve it in the first place.
I don't think many people disagree with you there. And then you have a game sprinkled in at RGV in between Red Bull and Atlanta United 2.
Kind of odd that, given the result where they just had with them, that could actually be the catalyst for this entire thing. So
correct.
For giggles, let's say you get 7, and all of a sudden you get that result against Red Bull, and then it's RGV, the place where dreams go to die. I mean, literally, you could be in Edinburgh, Texas, sitting there with 2 games left, looking up at the playoff race, RGV right in front of you, a win to get in, and it just don't happen.
What a place to be.
Plenty of person have tried.
Quinn serving it in. Coming in fields, low shot blocked down. Enriquez. Chuy Enriquez still coming. Now lays it off to put this away for good. Deflected out of place. Sargis got in the way. Enriquez is trying to move that out wide, and as Johnny Rodriguez scored a late goal already this year, trying to put that one away. This would be the 5th time Phoenix would be shut out at home if they can't score in the last minute. Rodriguez is bouncing out of play once again. It'll be yet another corner for Oakland. Fans starting to stream to the exits here early at Wild Horse Pass. Now the referee go to his pocket. It's a yellow card for Charlie Dennis. It seems like an unnecessary one.
Yellow card sets the Oakland Roots number 12, Charlie Dennis.
Well, that is the final whistle. Oakland had to get 3 points tonight. They came into a place that's hard to get it done, and they did it. 2-0 winners over Phoenix Rising and their former manager, Juan Guerra. Noah Delgado keeping this Oakland team in the playoff race. Lindo Mafeka's brace is the difference, and it's all smiles going back to the town. Well, J.J. Williams is tonight's man of the match, presented by Phoenix Children's Hospital.
Take a long, hard look in the mirror. Here's why. He played half the game. He had the 2nd highest XG on the team. He was tied for the most shots inside the box. That guy played 45 minutes. It's absurd, with all due respect to J.J. Williams, that's the man of the match, but he deserves it because he came on this field and showed that no matter what, he was going to put out an effort to try and find this team a victory. Teams in Phoenix, players in Phoenix, everybody in Phoenix right now, support your team, head up, find a way, because you just got embarrassed by the Oakland Roots. The Oakland Roots, I want to see more of that and beyond, and continue that beautiful run of form to the playoffs.
Full time, we'll be right back after this.
Lerner & Rowe is proud to be the official personal injury attorneys of Phoenix Rising. Our goal is getting you all the money you deserve. When you're in a wreck and need a check, make one call, that's all, to Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
For all the special moments in your life, Arizona Federal Credit Union has been there for you. And for all the special moments still to come, we'll continue to be there. All the same amazing services you expect, with a new name. Arizona Financial Credit Union. Now serving everywhere you call home.
Back here to wrap things up. That's the man of the hour, or hour and a half if you want to call it that. Lindo Mafeka, a brace that gives Oakland Roots the 2-0 win here at Wild Horse Pass over Phoenix Rising. Time to look back at the 90 minutes with our full-time highlights. We start things off in the 5th minute. This was the first goal, came via a corner kick, and Mafeka just strode into empty space.
Let's talk about the positives within this game, because Oakland, you were awesome. You showed up, you put up, and you knocked it out of the park. Lindo Mafeka, haven't seen form like this since the days of yore under Ian Russell and Reno, and yet right back into it. I don't care who doesn't step up. Watch him crack this thing from distance. Little skip up off the deck, and we're off to the races. 1-0 Oakland Roots. The response, that would be twofold. It's off the post, off the goalkeeper, and then off to counterattacking. As Blanchett picks this up, he's gonna catch Azakar in transition. Watch the far side run. As he starts to cut back in, love the unselfish play here. Formella drags the runner away. Kalistri gets caught up a little bit. You square up the hips. You bring it in the 1-2. And that's 2 for the night. 2-0 for Oakland Roots. Too easy and special from Lindo Mafeka.
But would there be a response for Phoenix Rising? The hour mark, this would be the opportunity to pull one back, and they just couldn't get it done.
But even then, like, you should have gone to the right. You shouldn't have played the ball to the left. Somehow it ends up in front of Babakar Jai, and you get unlucky again. They've been unlucky all season long, but you got to start making better decisions. That's why it ends up in this. And then they get lucky on the second fold that it comes back to Santi Moar. And unfortunately for Santi, this just isn't his year. It's not his game. It's not his moment. This is not who he is as a player, but it's affected him all season long. Exact same situation, wasted opportunity, wasted 3 points, and most likely a wasted season for Phoenix Rising. That was awesome to watch for the Oakland Roots, though, because we've been calling for a performance like that for them for a while. They were brilliant, and they deserve everything they got tonight and more.
So Phoenix sits in 12th, still just 5 points off, but with so many teams above them, it feels like a very hard task at this point. Well, Oakland did what they needed to do, came on the road and put together one of the performances of their season. They knock off Phoenix Rising on their home turf. For our entire crew, broadcast partner Devin Kerr, I'm Josh Eastern, saying so long from Wild Horse Pass. It finishes Phoenix Rising 0, Oakland Roots 2. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.